Hello everyone and welcome once again to Let's Play Skyrim. Last time we cleared out Golden Rock and did most of the work to get here to the Valtheim Towers. This time, we're going to actually clear the place out, as usual with Lydia's help. So as we roll inside, I believe I've seen Volume 4 of Song of Pelennor. Let me refresh in my mind which ones I still need. V3 and V8 are the only ones we have not read. Trapped chest. And I don't think I have resist shock yet. No, I do. Now I'm trying to remember what kind of shield I have at home. Orcish. So this dwarven shield that happens to be of shock suppression is actually an upgrade for Lydia. I'm going to give it to her.
Hide from me.
This is the end for you. You won't get the best of me.
Just as soon as this fight's over anyway.
Skyrim belongs to the Nords.
Yes, I have an Orcish shield sitting at home, which is better than shield, so...
Skyrim belongs to the Nords.
Boost! I was gonna say, I might actually be able to stagger that dude off the edge. Didn't quite happen yet. Maybe it did, and I'm just not finding it. I would have expected him to take some damage if he fell from up there. He's not falling all the way down.
You won't leave me alive! Please, don't kill me!
Alright. Oh, god damn it. That was a one-shot kill, and I haven't saved anything? Are you fucking kidding me? At least everything's the same. Boost!
This is the end for you. I'll kill you if I have to.
I really, really wish you could upgrade your followers' bows as well. You can get pretty substantial power upgrades just from giving them better arrows, but...
This is the end for you.
Just give up! That's your best, huh?
Boost!
That's all you got?
They shooting at me?
You'll need to do better than that. You ready to die?
Skyrim belongs to the Nords.
Boost!
Lucky.
Alright, alright.
Ha!
Difficult to help with the archer tactic. Learning that lesson.
Just give up!
Boost!
Hey, be careful.
I can probably deal with this guy without help. Boost! But probably not. Gee. Oh, what the heck? I was so far out of range of any of them. And it's just like, surprise bitch, kill cam. I was far enough out of reach it couldn't even force me to watch the animation. I just suddenly up and died.
Prepare to die.
That's the shenanigan level you're dealing with here. What the fuck? God damn it! He hit me through the goddamn wall before I could even see him coming. Why did he turn to me? Did Lydia fall? Is that the issue? Yes.
Go ahead, try and fight back. Enough! This ends now! Boost!
Oh, fuck you both. Very, very much. Fuck you, my friend. Enjoy your day. There we go.
Boost!
Alright, Lydia. Get in there and actually do something. I'll give you a nice shiny new shield. You can stand there and hide behind it. That's that sound.
Boost!
Just in time for you to leave. Me to be stuck with fucking Farkas for a while. Ain't life grand.
Just give up! Boost!
Skyrim belongs to the Lord.
Lydia is not in this fight.
Boost!
I was checking. She's getting shot, or if it's actually the chief.
You ready to die today, huh?
In the end, it doesn't really matter. The bottom line is she needs help.
Boost!
Been
Me.
you, my friend. Alright, we got him. Completed. Kill the leader of Valtheim Keep. Return to Farkas. I cleared out Valtheim Keep, so Whiterun is now a bit safer. Let's take his stuff. We've got frost damage already. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Really? You're not gonna let me loot the dude. Alright, now phase 2. If I can somehow manage it. Get these guys in the melee range.
Now you'll pay.
Convince him to chase me down. Why would he just stand there?
Boost!
For getting his dagger out.
It's nothing!
I don't see how that achieves what you're looking to do, dude. Oh, Lydia's up here now, so
This is the end.
maybe I don't need to worry too much about it. Who is shooting me and why? I'm not fucking doing anything. Oh, it's that clown up there. Fuck you, dude.
Boost!
Oh shit. Lydia fell. That's trouble. She fell far enough to hurt herself. Where is she? There is she. Come on, Liz. Yep. Love that noise when I hear it. Where is she? Oh, she's up here already.
This isn't over. You win. I submit.
Well, we did kill the chief, which means the location itself is actually cleared.
No.
So I'll just
Not
take
like
Valtheim
this.
Towers off the list. Of course, we heard the lovely chime to that effect, and we can confirm it on our map as well.
Enough. I cannot best you. This is the end for you. No. Not
Oh,
like
would you quit running
I
back
cannot
out there?
best you.
God, you're stupid.
Yeah. I'll kill you if I have to. I can take it. Mercy. This isn't over. You can't win this! I can take it.
From everything I can see, the dragon actually didn't kill anyone. Which is kind of crazy.
This isn't over. I can take you.
Come on now.
We are routed. Pull back.
Good grief.
No, not like this.
Just need less stupid from you, Lydia. Get away from here. Yeah, okay, can't wait when enemies are nearby, that's fine. Let me fast travel to the location. Which will have the effect of both summoning the horse, maybe helping Lydia get some health back. Well, negative on the second one. Unfortunately. Alright. Well,
Hide from me.
let's try and get the one in the first tower.
I'll kill you. Boost! Guards, no! This is the end for you.
I almost feel like I could... That's not even what I wanted to do. I want the... Well, my horse is out here. I wanted to wait an hour. That's what I wanted to do. Now Lydia's gonna finish off the highwayman on the bridge. That's something. Strong work, Lydia. Alright, alright. Only 2 to go. See about looting this one.
I think you're bleeding.
He's got nothing I care about. That's alright.
This what you want,
Kill the
huh?
shit out of this one.
I'll kill you if I have to. I can take you.
Give her re-angles even a little bit. Knock her off the edge. Just it off that way. Lydia might just win it on her own.
Damn you!
Of course, is also
Enough.
fine by
Now
me.
you.
Good. Now there's only one. And there was one. Let me make sure I'm not missing any goodies from up there. Looks like I'm not. Work our way down, getting some stuff. Yeah. Over here too. Don't leave anything out. Yep. Absolutely. Is Lydia smart enough to stop the fight and let herself recover before going after the last one? Probably not. I don't have a positive identification on the type we're dealing with for that last one, but definitely going to go with strong. And Lydia has done nothing to give herself any health recovery time. So it goes. Search what barrels we can. You can turn off collision and get to some actual barrels underneath there, but... Oh shit.
I'll kill you if I have to.
You think you can take me?
Oh, he's just an outlaw. No problem. Good. We're 15 minutes in. This is going to be the last enemy here. And then we'll have business to handle. Before we really get around to doing
Let's see what you've got.
Your own kind.
Victory is yours. I submit.
You. Okay, good.
I'm right behind you.
Let's give Lydia
How can
that
I
shield
serve you,
now.
Pain?
You don't need any of those. But feel free to have a dwarven shield of shock suppression.
Lead on.
Now there are 3 ore veins up here I'm interested in. And we'll go back to go to the top of the second tower and finish the dungeon. There's a corundum vein right here. Just above that last bandit's post. Yeah, that didn't even take 20 minutes. Leaving aside all my angst, that really wasn't bad. There's a second ore vein here. Actually, I may not be able to access the third one. I may have to do it from a different point. It doesn't bother me at all. Oh. Might be able to just make it up here. Because I know this is an actual path. I just wonder if it's not textured right so you can't actually make it up. Lydia found a way up. Shoot. Maybe I just need to go this way. Yep, that was stupid of me. Uh-huh. I knew it was an actual path, I just picked the wrong one. Anyway, that fort you can see on the compass, we won't be going to for a long time. That's Felglow Keep, part of the College of Winterhold quest line. But we will creep up this hill just a little ways towards it so we can get an orichalcum vein. Ordinarily, I'd be all about chasing down that deer, but given that I'm over encumbered, I'm not going to worry about it. I reckon I'll content myself with the ore vein and call it good. Made a pretty huge dent in the number of large antlers I need anyway, so I'm really not too terribly worried about it. Orichalcum vein should be right around here someplace. There it is. At least I think that's it. Yeah, it is. Good. That's the 20-minute mark. We're doing just fine. I was really hoping for some gems out of there, but I didn't get them, did I? Oh well. We can just go straight down. There are no more enemies. So I don't need to worry about keeping Lydia with me, and she'll eventually catch up anyway. For my purposes, we're just going to go more or less straight down, right back to where the last bandit was with that first corundum vein. Back to the second tower. Whoa, what was that? Oh, Lydia. Hello. For the last little bit of looting. Need to check on something right quick. I apologize. Just a brief little hold up. Alright. Let's mine an iron vein. Conveniently right here at the tower. Let's ascend this second one, so we can loot it too. I'll go left to right. Got a novice locked chest, which we'll just have to pick. Got scaled boots at home, so those elven are already outclassed. Mysterious Akavir we've read. Dance in Fire V4, I believe we read. Yes. Song of Pelennor V7 we've read. Mystery of Talara V1, however, is a new book. Let's read it right quick, once it's off the list. The Mystery of Princess Talara, Part 1, by Mira Lykith. The year was 3rd era 405. The occasion was the millennial celebration of the founding of the Breton kingdom of Camlorn. Every grand boulevard and narrow alley was strung with gold and purple banners, some plain, some marked with the heraldic symbols of the royal family, or the various principalities and dukedoms which were vassals of the king. Musicians played in the plazas great and small, and on every street corner was a new exotic entertainer. Redguards, snake charmers, Khajiit acrobats, magicians of genuine power, and those whose flamboyant skill was equally impressive, if largely illusion. The sight that drew most of the male citizens of Camlorn was the March of Beauty. 1,000 comely young women, brightly and provocatively dressed, danced their way down the long, wide main street of the city, from the Temple of Sethieta to the royal palace. The menfolk jostled one another and craned their necks, picking their favorites. It was no secret that they were all prostitutes, and after the march and the flower festival that evening, they would be available for more intimate business. Jaina attracted much of the attention, with her tall, curvaceous figure barely covered by strips of silk and her curls of flaxen hair specked with flower petals. In her late 20s, she wasn't the youngest of the prostitutes, but she was certainly one of the most desirable. It was clear by her demeanor that she was used to the lascivious glances, though she was far from jaded at the sight of the city in splendor. Compared to the squalid quarter of Daggerfall where she made her home, Camlorn at the height of celebration seemed so unreal, and yet what was even stranger was how, at the same time, familiar it all looked, though she had never been there before. King's daughter Lady Gilia rode out of the palace gates and immediately cursed her misfortune. She had completely forgotten about the March of Beauty. The streets were snarled at a standstill. It would take hours to wait for the march to pass, and she had promised her old nurse Ramke a visit in her house south of the city. Gilia thought for a moment, picturing in her mind the arrangement of streets in the city, and devised a shortcut to avoid the main street and the march. For a few minutes she felt very clever as she wound her way through tight, curving side streets, but presently she came upon temporary structures, tents and theaters set up for the celebration, and had to improvise a new path. In no time at all she was lost in the city where she had lived all but 5 years of her life. Peering down an alley, she saw the main avenue crowded with the March of Beauty. Hoping that it was the tail end and desirous not to be lost again, Lady Gilia guided her horse toward the festival. She did not see the snake charmer at the mouth of the alley, and when his pet hissed and spread its hood, her charge reared up in fear. The women in the parade gasped and surged back at the sight, but Lady Gilia quickly calmed her stallion down. She looked abashed at the spectacle she had caused. "My apologies, ladies," she said with a mock military salute. "It's all right, madam," said a blonde in silk. "We'll be out of your way in a moment." Gilia stared as the march passed her. Looking at that whore had been like looking in a mirror. The same age and height and hair and eyes and figure, almost exactly. The woman looked back at her, and it seemed as if she was thinking the same thing. And so Jaina was. The old witches who sometimes came into Daggerfall had sometimes spoke of doppelgangers, spirits that assumed the guise of their victims and portended certain death. Yet the experience had not frightened her. It seemed only one more strangely familiar aspect of the alien city. Before the march had danced its way into the palace gates, she had all but forgotten the encounter. The prostitutes crushed into the courtyard as the king himself came to the balcony to greet them. At his side was his chief bodyguard, a battle mage by the look of him. As for the king himself, he was a handsome man of middle age, rather unremarkable, but Jaina was awed at the sight of him. A dream, perhaps. Yes, that was it. She could see him as she had dreamt of him, high above her as he was now, bending now to kiss her. Not a one of lust as she had experienced before, but one of small fondness, a dutiful kiss. "Dear ladies, you have filled the streets of the great capital of Cairn with your beauty," cried the king, forcing a silence on the giggling, murmuring assembly. He smiled proudly. His eyes met Jaina's, and he stopped, shaken. For an eternity they stayed locked together before His Highness recovered and continued his speech. Afterwards, while the women were all en route back to their tents to change into their costumes for the evening, one of the older prostitutes approached Jaina. "Did you see how the king looked at you? If you're smart, you'll be the new royal mistress before this celebration ends." "I've seen looks of hunger before, and that wasn't one of them," laughed Jaina. "I'd wager he thought I was someone else, like that lady who tried to run us over with her horse. She's probably his kin, and he thought she had dressed up like a courtesan and joined the March of Beauty. Can you imagine the scandal?" When they arrived at the tents, they were greeted by a stocky, well-dressed young man with a bald pate and a commanding presence of authority. He introduced himself as Lord Strail, ambassador to the Emperor himself and their chief patron. It was Strail who had hired them on the Emperor's behalf as a gift to the king and the kingdom of Cairn. "The March of Beauty is but a precursor to the flower festival tonight," he said. Unlike the king, he did not have to yell to be heard. His voice was loud and precise in its natural modulations. "I expect each of you to perform well and justify the significant expense I've suffered bringing you all the way up here. Now hurry. You must be dressed and in position on Capelsteer Rock before the sun goes down." The ambassador needn't have worried. The women were all professionals, experts at getting dressed and undressed, with none of the time-consuming measures less promiscuous females required. His manservant Norbuth offered his assistance, but found he had little to do. Their costumes were simplicity itself, soft narrow sheets with a hole for their heads. Not even a belt was required, so the gowns were open at the sides, exposing the frame of their skin. So it was long before the sun had set that the prostitutes turned dancers were at Capelsteer Rock. It was a great wide promontory facing the sea, and for the occasion of the Festival of Flowers, a large circle of unlit torches and covered baskets had been arranged. As early as they were, a crowd of spectators had already arrived. The women gathered in the center of the circle and waited until it was time. Jaina watched the crowd as it grew, and was not surprised when she saw the lady from the march approaching, hand in hand with a very old, very short, white-haired woman. The old woman was distracted, pointing out islands out at sea. The blonde lady seemed nervous, unsure of what to say. Jaina was used to dealing with uneasy clients, and spoke first. "Good to see you again, madam. I am Jaina of Daggerfall. I am glad you bear me no ill will because of the horse," the lady laughed, somewhat relieved. "I am Lady Gilia Reyes, daughter of the king." "I always thought that daughters of kings were called princes," smiled Jaina. In Camlorn, only when they are heirs to the throne. I have a younger brother from my father's new wife whom he favors, Gilia replied. She felt her head swim. It was madness speaking to a common prostitute, talking of family politics so intimately. Relative to that subject, I must ask you something very peculiar. Have you ever heard of the Princess Talara? Jaina thought a moment. The name sounds somewhat familiar. Why would I have? I don't know. It was a name I just thought you might recognize, sighed Lady Gilia. Have you been to Camlorn before? If I did, it was when I was very young, said Jaina, and suddenly she felt it was her turn to be trusting. Something about the Lady Gilia's friendly and forthcoming manner touched her. To be honest, I don't remember anything at all of my childhood before I was 9 or 10. Perhaps I was here with my parents, whoever they were, when I was a little girl. I tell you, I think perhaps I was. I don't recall ever being here before, but everything I've seen, the city, you, the king himself, all seem like I've been here before, long ago. Lady Gilia gasped and took a step back. She gripped the old woman, who had been looking out to sea and murmuring, by the hand. The elderly creature looked to Gilia, surprised, and then turned to Jaina. Her ancient, half-blind eyes sparkled with recognition, and she made a sound like a grunt of surprise. Jaina also jumped. If the king had seemed like something out of a half-forgotten dream, this woman was someone she knew, as clear and yet indistinct as a guardian spirit. I apologize, stammered Lady Gilia. This is my childhood nursemaid, Ramke. It's her, the old woman cried, wild-eyed. She tried to run forward, arms outstretched, but Gilia held her back. Jaina felt strangely naked and pulled her robe against her body. No, you're wrong, Lady Gilia whispered to Ramke, holding the old woman tightly. The Princess Talara is dead, you know that. I shouldn't have brought you here. I'll take you back home. She turned back to Jaina, her eyes welling with tears. The entire royal family of Camlorn was assassinated over 20 years ago. My father was Duke of Oloin, the king's brother, and so he inherited the crown. I'm sorry to have bothered you. Good night. Jaina gazed after Lady Gilia and the old nurse as they disappeared into the crowd, but she had little time to consider all she had heard. The sun was setting, and it was time for the flower festival. 12 young men emerged from the darkness wearing only loincloths and masks and lit the torches. The moment the fire blazed, Jaina and all the rest of the dancers rushed to the baskets, pulling out blossoms and vines by the handful. At first, the women danced with one another, sprinkling petals to the wind. The crowd then joined in as the music swelled. It was a mad, beautiful chaos. Jaina leapt and swooned like a wild forest nymph. Then, without warning, she felt rough hands grip her from behind and push her. She was falling before she understood it. The moment the realization hit, she was closer to the bottom of the 100-foot-tall cliff than she was to the top. She flailed out her arms and grasped at the cliff wall. Her fingers raked against the stone, and her flesh tore, but she found a grip and held it. For a moment she stayed there, breathing hard. Then she began to scream. The music and the festival were too loud up above. No one could hear her. She could scarcely hear herself. Below her the surf crashed. Every bone in her body would snap if she fell. She closed her eyes and a vision came. A man was standing below her, a king of great wisdom, great compassion, looking up, smiling. A little girl, golden-haired, mischievous, her best friend and cousin, clung to the rock beside her. The secret to falling is making your body go limp, and with luck you won't get hurt, the girl said. She nodded, remembering who she was. 8 years of darkness lifted. She released her grip and let herself fall like a leaf into the water below. There's Song of Pelennor V6, and Life of Uriel Septon the 7th, all of which we have read. Few ingredients and potions here. And I think now we're ready to head upstairs. Always save the boss chest for last. It's the exciting part after all. Let's get any other nonsense that we can find in here. There's yet another copy of the Black Arrow V2. It's the 3rd copy we have found of that particular skill book. There's another Song of Pelennor V4, which we've already read. Gonna skip the boss chest until we get up here, where there's always an enchanted bow of some quality level. Imperial Bow of Fear. Low quality bow, low quality enchantment. Go figure. It's alright though. Let's hit the boss chest. We have Amren's family sword. Completed. Find Amren's family sword inside Valtheim Keep. Return Amren's family sword to Amren. A circlet of major magicka, and an elven mace, which
I've got your back.
I already have one
I
of
am at
these
your
at
command.
home. So we'll give that to Lydia. Big upgrade for her.
Lead on.
Of course, we're about to lose her for the duration of a long and difficult dungeon. We're trading her in for the vastly inferior Farkas. But that's what we have to do. There's no way around it. So let's make our way back to the horse now. Shouldn't be too tough. You hope not, anyway. Do 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 do. 36 minutes now. Wait a little bit. Still not ready to mess with vampires. Not even close. Ha! I love it when that happens. Mostly because it's funny. I think it'll take us 2 hours to get back if I fast travel. I hope so, anyway. Alright, time to do a few things. A few things. About 22 minutes to do them. I don't know why I said about. Exactly 22 minutes to do them. About 20 minutes to do them. There we go. Oh hey, there's Amren. That was the first thing I wanted to do. I'll go ahead and give his sword back to him, complete his quest, and get a couple of free skill boosts for the trouble.
You tried mercenary work? It might suit you.
I have your sword.
You found it! I've been looking for that blade for months! You took on all those bandits yourself?
Thank you. Here, my father had a favorite sword and shield technique. Let me teach it to you, in honor of his memory.
One-handed increased to 22. Amren's family sword removed. Block increased to 19. Completed, return Amren's family sword to Amren, which means we have completed dungeon delving for Amren, which also means we've completed all of the miscellaneous quests that are available in Whiterun.
Right then.
Next thing to do is smelt. Oh yes, and I should also note, of course, find Amren's family sword. We've got the... That shows up twice on the free skill boost list. That means there are 7 boosts left for block, and 6 left for one-handed. Very good. Let's do some smelting now. 3 corundum ingots means I will need 63 more. Three iron ingots, I need 509 more. Of course, orichalcum's already off the list. It doesn't really matter. Now, having completed his quest, everything in Amren's house has become free to take, but I'm going to offload enough not to be over-encumbered before I go
I like that.
looting in there. After all, we already took all the useful stuff, so there's nothing in there but more vendor trash. Nonetheless, we want it, of course.
Good to have you by my side, friend. There's a nip in the air. Cold won't be good for my crops. Never is.
Ingredients go in here. I was going to say, I don't think I found anything important on this outing. Vendor trash goes here. There we go. Alright, now before we do anything else, let me go ahead and go clear out Amren's house. 17 minutes left in this video. It's plenty of time. Don't look much like a companion, even though I'm about to embark on their quest line. Now we're finally buddies with Amren, and everything in here will be free to take. Well, not everything. The low value stuff. Like standard. Oh, but we've been out long enough that stuff respawned. Can always use more garlic. Crossmerium and Elixir aren't that great, but garlic is a surprisingly versatile, high-value alchemy ingredient, especially given how cheap and common it is. Note that he puts the family sword back there, but you're actually free to take it. Which I'm gonna do. Fuck it. It's not even on my unique items list because it behaves just like a basic iron sword, but hell, I'll put it in my chest. Amren's family sword is mine now, bitches. He already gave me the training. So what did we just pick up? A whole bunch more vendor trash, that's what. And some other things, too. Alright. Let's not forget he did cough up some... The house did have a few ingredients in it. Smithing supplies. Always. That would be your garnet, your orichalcum ingots, and your ruby. No gear upgrades for here.
Braith is a big meanie.
There were a few
She
for
keeps telling
Lydia,
Lars
but
and me what to do. I don't want to play with her anymore.
prepare yourselves. We're gonna lose Lydia. It's gonna be painful. 3 corundum, 3 iron go in there. I think that's it. Just gonna stick Amron's family sword in here. And now, ready or not, it's time to go deal with this Farkas nonsense. Let's head up to Jorvaskr,
Come to chat with an old
where we
woman.
can complete
Do your good deeds.
Trouble in Skyrim.
My favorite drinking buddy. Let's get some.
Right there on your
Heard the reforming
miscellaneous
Dawn Guard.
companion quest list.
Might consider joining up myself.
I haven't been checking Whiterun Guard pockets. I think a bunch of them have spawned. Oh well. Into Jorvaskr with 13 minutes left in the video.
Skjor says that I have the strength of Some people don't think I'm smart. Those people get my fist. But you, I like.
This new dialogue, what does it mean to be a companion?
I've never been a smart one, but the companions welcome anyone with the heart of a warrior. When we step into battle, we fight for our own name, and the name of the companions.
I've taken care of the problem.
I expected no less of you. And once again, you have not disappointed.
Completed. Return to Farkas. Completed. Trouble in Skyrim. I'm looking for work.
Skjor was looking for you earlier.
What does he want?
Don't know. He just said he needed to talk to you before you do anything else. I don't like making him angry, but there is some work for you if you want it.
Even though he says that, you have to do Proving Honor. Started. Proving Honor. Speak to Skjor. So. Trouble in Skyrim is complete. Proving Honor. The Companions' leaders say they don't have any more work for me, but that I should speak to Skjor about the next steps.
My brother Vilkas is a better talker than me. He should be around someplace.
So see, they won't give you Radiant quests, despite what Farkas said. Let's just speak to Skjor then.
There you are. There you are.
You wanted to see me?
I did. Your time, it seems, has come.
What do you mean?
Last week, a scholar came to us. He said he knew where we could find another fragment of Wuthrad. He seemed a fool to me, but if he's right, the honor of the Companions demand that we seek it out.
What does this have to do with me?
This is a simple errand, but the time is right for it to be your trial. Carry yourself with honor, and you'll become a true companion. Farkas will be your shield sibling on this venture, whelp. He'll answer any questions you have. Try not to disappoint, or to get him killed.
Completed. Speak to Skjor. Speak to Farkas. The Companions have given me one final challenge before inducting me. I'm to retrieve a fragment of Wuthrad, the Blade of Ysgramor, from Dustman's Cairn, while Farkas judges my valor.
You still need to prove yourself, whelp.
What does it mean to be a companion?
I wish more of our ranks asked such questions. I've started seeing the Companions as a kind of family. I've battled next to every man and woman here, and the bonds of sweat are stronger than those of blood. I would trust anyone here with my life, which is more than I'd say for the milk drinkers who raised me.
What is Wuthrad?
Wuthrad is a relic of Ysgramor. Through that weapon, we trace our line straight to the first harbinger of mankind in this land. What fragments we have are displayed in honor, but we always seek more.
Alright, simple enough.
I'll take my leave then.
Let's find Farkas and talk to him. I guess he's outside.
I hope you've readied yourself.
You're going to be my shield brother?
So I'm told. Let's see if you impress.
I'll head back home if you need me.
Your companion replaces your follower. Completed, speak to Farkas. Retrieve the fragment. Why did Skjor call this my trial?
I want you to make sure you're honorable. If you are honorable and strong, then I can call you brother.
What is Wuthrad?
Ysgramor was the hero who started the Companions. Wuthrad was his weapon. He came from the ancient homeland and killed all the elves. But not all of them, because some of them are still here.
Who was this scholar?
A smart man came and told us about a blade piece. Skjor thinks you should find it, and I'm supposed to watch you.
Alright.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell him to meet you there, but given the way we're playing, I would rather Farkas stuck with me. We've got a little under 10 minutes left. That should be enough time to do one teensy little side area that's right here next to Dustman's Cairn. Let's fast travel to Green Spring Hollow in order to get there. From here, let's head just a skosh to the northeast. Now you may remember I made a point of doing this along the road heading up to, oh, there they are, where all those deer hang out and have now respawned. There's an overturned cart here with a bunch of cabbages. That I don't so much care about.
Boost!
I am, however, interested in the one large antlered elk. Of course he doesn't drop anything, because of course not. It looks like the Iron Vein here respawns, which is kind of cool. But it isn't really what I was after. Just wanted to show you, that's the road to Redoran's Retreat, which we've already cleared. What I'm actually trying to do before heading up there to Dustman's Cairn, that's the circling dragon up above Drellis's cottage. We've seen him more than once. Back here behind Dustman's Cairn, you can see this little spot. This is a place called Hamvir's Rest. And I'm very interested in clearing it out. Six gold gems, I mean. Farkas isn't doing too bad against skellies. Damn. Can't waste a charge either. Five soul gems left to fill. Not what I'm more worried about. Back here is this Iron Vein, naturally. That's just how I roll. As we come into Hamvir's Rest, there should be one more skeleton. There he is. We've discovered the place, which is nice, but... Four more soul gems. Alright, let me take Hamvir's Rest off the discoverable locations list. And... Alright, let's look around. There's a bunch of nightshade growing here, which we still need a good deal of, because we haven't really found a lot of it yet. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 nightshade plants growing here. With all those, I need 10 more nightshade for a quest in Riften. If you peek in here... Oh, I thought this was the one. It's the other one. You can just catch some butterflies, apparently, but the other thing I wanted to do was head up here into the hills above the place. If you do a little bit of diligent hill climbing, tucked away in a nook back here. I'm in the wrong spot. I thought this was it. Guess not. There's a silver vein up here someplace. I can just find it. This might be it up here. Yeah, there it is. Good. Nope, just kidding. Damn. Up here, maybe? Even higher? Well, the map never lies. I know the silver vein is here somewhere. And now I'm way too far to the right. I can definitely see where it's supposed to be. Maybe the map is lying. Ah, no, there it is. Good. Alright. We got 2 minutes left. Here's the silver vein. Now, Farkas will lose to that cave bear in a heartbeat. Farkas will probably lose to the leveled Draugr we need to kill to clear Hamvir's Rest. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Maybe he'll surprise me. I do, however, know I need to wait until he finds his way back to me. Over here, there's a steel helmet of water breathing and an iron battle axe. Farkas. Not actually any sign of him. Let's try fast traveling to Hamvir's Rest. That ought to work. Alright. Let's aggro the Draugr. Couple of lavender. It's a white. It's not that bad. I'm hopeful that between Claymon, my horse, and weak sauce Farkas, we can handle this thing.
I'm gonna crush you like a bug.
Good. So with Draugr White dead, Hamvir's rest should be cleared, and it is. That leaves the boss chest. Which, if you thought that was all the opposition you were going to face, here's your real problem. It's always master locked. At 41 lock picking, that's going to be a pain. There's our clear chime. Damn. Gotta get it open. Yes, good. Alright, what do we get? Empty soul gem, sure. And a bunch of nonsense. That elven bow of diminishing might qualify as an upgrade for our gear back home, though. Anyway, with that done, let's head up this ramp now. Knowing that we will be over-encumbered when we emerge. I am going to summon the horse back here directly as soon as I discover it. So there we have discovered Dustman's Cairn. Take it off the list. Summon the horse. Get some ingredients while we're here before we head inside. That's a pretty standard perimeter check. You'll recall that we actually killed that bear before we even went to the top of that little rock and found an orichalcum vein, so I don't feel the need to repeat any of that. Instead, let's just get all the brand new stuff and head into here. Cool. Alright.
We should keep moving.
Let's head inside, bro. And then that'll do it for this video. This has been Let's Play Skyrim. We completed Trouble in Skyrim, we cleared out Valtheim Towers, or Valtheim Keep, whichever name you actually want to call it. Next time, and this dungeon will probably take longer than an hour, all on its own, but we will at least get started on Dustman's Cairn and Proving Honor. Until then, thank you very much for watching. If you enjoy my videos, please consider clicking on an ad, liking, sharing, or subscribing. Even if you do none of those things, I hope you know that I really appreciate the time you choose to spend watching, and I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.